What do you think would happen if we just woke up? If one day, collectively, we realized that there are giant corporations full of billionaires who have been profiting off of our disdain for one another for the last 2 decades, and that they are controlling the way that we think about one another so that we are so distracted with each other that they're able to do whatever the heck they want, what do you think would happen? I know it's uncomfortable to hold those thoughts. It's so easy to be like, well, it's not me. Like, everything that's happening right now is not a lesson for me. It's clearly them. It's clearly him. It's clearly the hats. It's clearly this. But, like, it's not. We are just as susceptible to prop as anybody else. And we have to recognize that. Like, raise your hand if you didn't realize that there was any daylight at all between NF and CK. Because I had no idea. I truly believed that everybody on that side was almost the same, that they were all the same, which makes me realize that they must think that we're all the same. They probably don't realize, like, the people that are crying, like the super far leftists that are like, me, all this stuff, like, they probably think that we're all like that. And we're not. Because I've seen some clips of CK in the last 2 days that aren't terrible. They're not horrible. They're not divisive necessarily. And it made me realize that all I had ever seen that he says are the things that would make me mad. That's all I knew about him, was these little snippets, these little clips of horrible things that would make me mad. Well, as someone who's been talking on the internet every day for the last 2 years, I'm sure that people could find clips of things that I said and make other people think that I was a terrible, horrible person who hated everything about everybody over there. It'd be really easy to do. But it also made, and not that I'm excusing the bad things that he has said, but it made me realize that, like, what if the nice videos that I'm seeing right now, what if that's all they saw? What if the only things that were given to them were the nice things, right? And they didn't hear the things that they send us. And so they're forced to look at people that are celebrating, which I still absolutely abhor. They're looking at us thinking that we're standing against his nice clips, right? Like, they don't understand that we could be so evil and mean and angry towards someone who, like, they only seeing nice things. Like, that's the thing about the echo chamber, right? Like, I feel like the closest comparison I could make is like Good Trouble on our side, right? Like, even though they're incredibly different, but it would be very easy for you to find videos of him being mad and angry and saying mean things about people over there. But he's also an incredibly compassionate person who cares about the truth and does a lot of wonderful things for his community and people that are close to him, right? But they don't see that. They wouldn't know that. And it's all the same. We both do this to each other. A lot of people were big mad about that Utah governor yesterday when he came out and he was like, yeah, I'm really sad that it's one of ours. I'd really hope that it was somebody else. And they were like, see, you said the quiet part out loud. You're terribly, horribly, you're awful. And I'm like, was I the only one that was doing the same thing? But on my side? Because I was absolutely hoping that it wasn't going to be somebody who looked like me. And when it wasn't, I was relieved. I was like, oh, thank goodness. You've seen so many videos in the last 2 days, people being like, see, look, I told you, this is you, this is all you, this is your fault. And so we can't admonish that person over there for feeling that way, because at least I can't, because I felt the same way. And I was glad that it wasn't somebody who was looking like me, because we've suspended some piece of our humanity along the way. And I don't think that we did it to ourselves. I think that there are really smart people with lots and lots of money who have dedicated their entire lives to the suspension of our humanity. And we are all given these little tiny chunks of information that suits somebody else, and that's incredibly dangerous. So what if we stopped? What if we sat down and had coffee with a person that you see that is sad about this person and asked them why they thought that he was a good person, and see if you can find something that you can agree on? Like, I agree with them about the fact that the birth rate declining is a legitimate problem, because I hope that I live to be an old person, and it's going to be hard for me to do that successfully or peacefully if there's no younger people doing all the work. I can agree with that. Maybe you can start there. Maybe you can look at the person that you think disdains you on either side and realize that you both want clean water. You both want a roof over your head. You both want your kids to be safe. You both want to be loved. You both want to be seen. And realize that we are constantly bombarded with the idea that that's not true, that we don't want that for you, and they don't want that for us. When really, for the most part, they probably don't think about us nearly as much as our algorithms would have us believe. The angry ones are the loudest ones for a reason, because it makes people easier to manipulate. Vice Penguin said that just the other day. Anger is what wins contests. And they have been using our fear and our anger against us on both sides. And we know this because clearly there is involvement from other forces that are across the ocean, right? Like, I think that that's pretty clear and evident at this point, but I think it's important to remember that, like, people over there, I guess, this side, they're not the only ones that are impacted by that place that's not real. Right? They hedge their bets. They have their fingers on both sides. They know exactly what makes these people tick, exactly what makes those people tick, and they use it against us every single day. If it was as clear as left versus right, blue versus red, they'd pick a side. But it's not. It's all a front. It's all a lie. It's an illusion. So it just really has me wondering,